You have all been studying about atoms and molecules for at least about 2 years, and you know that they are a part of chemistry. But you also know that cells have various atoms and molecules such as carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen compounds, glucose, etc. And then there is water. But irrespective of where you take it from, water is always H2O. This is what we have studied. So why do we need to study about these molecules in biology all over again? Why are they different here? There are two reasons why we need to study molecules in biology. Living organisms have abundance of only few elements or compounds made from few elements only. And some of the elements are completely missing from the living system. In order of decreasing abundance, these are the most commonly found elements inside the body of a living organism. The column on the right shows these elements. As you can see, 65% of it is oxygen, 18.5% is carbon. Now, oxygen is used for respiration and may occur as oxides of different elements. But why is C so abundant? Maybe as carbon dioxide, or are there some more compounds formed? Let's see. Now, the top four elements, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon, have a common property. They all form covalent bonds by sharing of electron. Hydrogen shares 1 electron, oxygen 2, nitrogen 3, and carbon 4 electron. Why is this significant? Ionic bonds are very strong, but in vacuum. In water, they do not remain very strong. Covalent bonds may be not as strong as ionic bonds in vacuum, but they remain strong in water as well. And you know that living organisms are mostly water. There is water all around inside the living organism, in cells, in intercellular spaces, everywhere. So one property of carbon, one property of covalent bonds, they are stronger than ionic bonds in water. Carbon also has another special property, catenation. It shares 4 electrons. So at a time, it can bind with 4 other carbon atoms. And in this way, it can form a range of carbon chain compounds, some of them unbranched, some of them branched, and also cyclic compounds. Now these 4 electrons in carbon have a tetrahedral configuration, which means that many three-dimensional shaped molecules can be made by carbon. So how are biomolecules different from molecules in general? Now, types of biomolecules, first on the basis of chemical nature. They are proteins which are made of amino acids, lipids or fats, carbohydrates which we commonly call sugars, nucleic acids, that is DNA and RNA. On the basis of size, there are biomacromolecules which have size more than 10,000 Daltons and biomicromolecules with size less than 1000 Daltons. Now these biomicromolecules are also known simply as biomolecules. What we just mentioned above, proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, nucleic acids, they are polymers with some monomer units. They are made of these monomer units. For example, protein is made of amino acids. So amino acids are micromolecules, but micromolecules are not functional. In a functional state inside the living organism, they have to occur as polymers, and then they become macromolecules. How do we determine which elements or compounds are present in living organisms and what percentage of them are there? There are two methods. The first one is chemical analysis. For this, we take a living tissue, grind it in trichloroacetic acid using a mortar and a pestle. A thick slurry is obtained. Now this slurry is strained through a cheesecloth or cotton. You get two fractions. One which passes through the cloth or the filtrate. This must be soluble in TCA, and that is why it is known as the acid soluble pool. The other is retained in the cloth or the retentate. This is the acid insoluble pool. Now each of these can be analyzed by various methods such as centrifugation, chromatography, spectroscopy, etc. The second method is the elemental analysis or the dry weight method. Here the living tissue is dried completely and it is weighed before and after drying. The difference gives the weight of water in the living tissue. After that, it is burnt. All the carbon compounds on burning are oxidized to gaseous form, that is carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide. The water, whatever remained, gets evaporated and is removed. What we get is ash. This ash contains inorganic elements like calcium, magnesium, etc. Now these are the same elements in form of inorganic compounds like sulfate, phosphate, etc. They are found in the acid soluble fraction in the previous method. The ash can now be analyzed by simple chemical test for presence of various inorganic elements which are a part of your inorganic chemistry practicals. Now let's study the hierarchy of biomolecules. What are they made of and how are they organized in a cellular system? At the bottom end are the raw materials, carbon dioxide, water, oxygen, the various minerals that the plant take, calcium, phosphorus, potassium, etc. Now these raw materials form the metabolites when they reach inside our body or inside the body of any living organisms. These metabolites can be pyruvates, citrates, etc. These metabolites form the building blocks, amino acids, nucleotides, that is the monomer units that we just studied. The building blocks form the macromolecules, amino acid will form proteins, nucleotides will form polynucleotides, lipids and fats will be arranged in form of in a sandwich model, and the carbohydrates will form polymers. These macromolecules are then organized into supramolecular assembly, like the RNA and the proteins together will form the ribosomes. The lipids and proteins together will form the cell membrane. These supramolecular assemblies will then form the cell organelles. You know them already. And the cell organelles will form the cell. The cells together form tissue, organs, organ system and the individual. With this, we come to the end of this short introductory session. From here, the journey is going to be slightly tough. So try to understand this video better. Make a note of whatever important points you came across in this video. Try to make 6 to 8 short questions based on this video that will help you understand it better.